In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about things that I wish I'd known about labour before giving birth, because there are certain unknowns when it comes to labour and birth that are often overlooked in books and in birth preparation classes. So my hope is, with this video, you're going to feel more informed about what to expect when you give birth to your baby. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Anja and I'm a hypnobirthing teacher. My YouTube channel's here to support you through pregnancy, birth and motherhood. So if you like this video, I hope that you'll subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified when I bring out a new video every single Tuesday. During labour, it's important to move your body and change positions regularly. Now, I didn't really understand the importance of this until after I'd given birth and trained as a hypnobirthing teacher. At times, I remember that I would stay in certain labour positions for 2 to 3 hours at a time, but my contractions wouldn't get closer together and my labour wouldn't progress. But as soon as I got up, walked around or went to the toilet or something, my contractions would suddenly get closer together, longer, stronger, and I felt like my labour was progressing better. But I didn't really connect the dots until afterwards. So it's really important to try and change positions regularly, at least every 30 to 40 minutes, because this is going to help your baby to wriggle down into the lower pelvis and help your cervix to dilate faster. Now, when I was in labour, I was using hypnobirthing breathing techniques during contractions, but it wasn't until I learnt more about mindful breathing that I understood how hypnobirthing breathing techniques were helping to calm my nervous system and keep me relaxed and tension-free during my contractions. If I hadn't had access to hypnobirthing breathing techniques during labour, I would have definitely freaked out, got really stressed and panicked. So it's really important that during pregnancy, especially if you're in your 3rd trimester, that you start to practice hypnobirthing breathing techniques every single day. That means that you'll get into the habit of doing those breathing exercises, and when you come to be in labour and have contractions, you'll instinctively and automatically switch into that hypnobirthing breathing cycle to help you to stay calm and relaxed during your contractions. If you want to have a calm and easier labour, please check out my hypnobirthing breathing technique video, which is popping up on the screen right now, but I'll also link it in the video description box below so you can check it out after watching this video. Another thing that I didn't fully appreciate was how important a positive and confident mindset is during childbirth. Your mindset really needs to be in a calm and relaxed state if you want to have a smoother and more comfortable experience. During pregnancy, I had so many fears and anxieties related to childbirth, but if I hadn't addressed them and overcome my fears, I definitely wouldn't have had a positive birth experience. It was only through doing a hypnobirthing course that I was able to journey through my labour feeling completely fearless and in tune with my body. If you haven't already done so, I do advise you to look into hypnobirthing if you want to have a calm and positive experience. You might want to check out my website in the video description box below, because I can offer you a variety of different hypnobirthing courses, online ones, Zoom classes, as well as in-person sessions from my home in Manchester. During labour, you can reach a stage in your contractions where you feel like they're so intense that you can't carry on. You might start to doubt yourself and think that your body isn't strong or capable enough to continue. But this is actually a really good sign, and it means that you're going to be meeting your baby soon. However, what you really need to learn in pregnancy is what to anticipate when it comes to those intense contractions and how to stay calm and relaxed during them so that panic doesn't set in. And that's why hypnobirthing is such a helpful and useful course to do, because it helps you to understand the stages of labour and how to work with your body to stay calm and relaxed. I can't begin to tell you how important your care team are to your positive birth experience. I was really lucky that my midwives were extremely respectful, they listened to my needs and my wishes, and my partner and my sister also provided amazing emotional, physical and practical support. Without hypnobirthing, I think my partner would have felt completely useless, he wouldn't have known how to advocate for me, and he wouldn't have known how to support me through the different stages of labour. Who you have in your birth room is going to play a huge role in how calm, relaxed and confident you feel during labour. So it's always good to sit down and consider who you really want to have supporting you. When it comes to selecting your birth team, you really have to think carefully about things. Don't feel like you have to invite people to be in your birth room that you actually don't want to be there, people that you think are going to get stressed and panicky. You really need to choose people that you think are going to remain calm and be useful. Before I went into labour, I thought that my contractions would start after my waters broke, but that's actually quite rare. It's more normal for your waters to break during the cervical dilation stage of labour or during the pushing and birthing stage. One thing to be aware of is that when your waters do break, your contractions will feel more intense and they will get closer together. And that's because your baby will drop down on top of your cervix and put a lot of pressure in your lower pelvis and lower abdomen, and it's going to make things feel more uncomfortable for you, simply because they're not floating around in the amniotic sac anymore. So I just wanted to make you aware of that, so that when your waters do break, you can anticipate and prepare for your contractions being more intense. Another thing that I didn't know about before giving birth is that when your baby's coming down and out of your body and filling up your birth canal, it can feel like you need to rush off to the toilet and do a massive poo. It's a very strange sensation, and it's basically because your baby is taking up so much space in your vagina that can put pressure on your rectum and make you feel like you need to do a huge poo. You won't do a huge poo. If you do a little bit of a poo, your midwives or doctors will clean it up straight away. They won't back an eyelid. They will have seen it thousands of times before, so there's nothing to feel ashamed or embarrassed about. But it's very unlikely that you will do much of a poo, if at all, because when you go into labour and prior to labour starting, your digestive system eliminates as much waste as possible to create plenty of space in your abdomen and your pelvis. So when you do feel that urge to poo, it's just your baby about to be born, so just get into a comfortable position, breathe through your contractions, and just surrender to the sensations. After you've given birth, it's easy to forget that your placenta still has to come out, and sometimes it can take about an hour for your placenta to be expelled. Usually you can feel a few intense contractions before delivering your placenta, or you might feel just a bit of an achiness and a twinge in your lower pelvis. When your placenta is about to come out, it's going to feel like a blobby, jelly-like substance. It does feel a little bit strange in your birth canal, but it usually doesn't feel painful. Just be aware that your placenta is probably going to be larger than you've anticipated. Mine was 10 inches wide and I was quite shocked by the size of it. But it's usually nothing to worry about when you give birth to your placenta. It's very straightforward and easy, but just be aware that it can be quite large and it might take you by surprise. One thing I didn't realise after birth is that you're going to bleed quite heavily for at least 10 days. It's like a constant heavy period, and you need to have plenty of maternity pads and big knickers to be able to cope with the postpartum bleeding without leakages and a lot of discomfort. So it's really important as well to make sure that you are resting plenty, staying hydrated and eating plenty of nutritious foods as your body bleeds and gets rid of all of the excess mucus, tissues and things in your womb to be able to return to its pre-pregnancy state. What you mustn't do is overdo it and try to do too much in the first 2 or 3 weeks after birth, because it can make your postpartum bleeding worse and heavier. You also need to be aware of blood clots. If you notice any that are larger than the size of a grape, you should get checked out to make sure that you're not bleeding too much. I have created a video about postpartum bleeding on my YouTube channel. I'll link it on the screen right now, but do check it out in the video description box below for more information and details about that. Thanks so much for watching this video today. I hope that you found it helpful. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments section below and I'll reply as soon as I can. And don't forget to click on the video links mentioned in the video description box, as well as my website if you're interested in hypnobirthing courses. See you again soon.